Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cycles. Time for more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. It's no joke that we're going to be doing the final of the Class 455 scenarios. What? What are you talking about? Yeah, I said the title of the scenario. It's a joke. Get it? The scenario's called It's Snow Joke. We're going to be taking charge of a 455 running a wintry evening passenger service from Bermondsey to Croydon. It's Snow Joke, I tell you. Let's get started. Good evening, driver. You're in South Bermondsey waiting to start off on a stopping passenger service to West Croydon. The weather has caused delays, so be prepared for red signals. Allow passengers to board before heading off. Good luck. I don't like snow. I don't like snow at all. Headlights are on. Instrument lights are on. Wipers clearly need to be on. That needs to be in place. And, the service should say we're going to West Croydon, so, yep, there it is, West Croydon. Perfect. So we're all set to go. There's our chariot. And we're at South Bermondsey. Why are we starting at South Bermondsey anyway? I have no idea. So, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get our train going here. Now, because we are in snow, I fully expect wheel slip issues here, so we're going to have to be careful. There's a train to London Bridge. Let's see if we can get ourselves... I'm in full service brakes. That's not good. So we're going to get off full service brakes. We're going to go. I have to now move it up to level 2. Okay. I did already give it a run trying to start off at level 2 throttle. Apparently you can have wheels slip under 5 miles per hour with level 2 throttle in the snow. So you have to actually take your time getting started and actually pay attention to what that speedometer is doing as you speed up. Once you get to 5, you can move to level 2 and you're probably fine. So we're going to have to be gradual with our speed increases during this particular drive, which makes this really tough because we have to arrive at 1846. We probably can't just screech to a halt. In fact, I'm going to say guarantee we cannot screech to a halt. So this, we might have to pull out the sand on this one, guys. There might be some sand involved. It's the leg. So this first break is going to be a bit of an experiment. See what we can get away with here. Apparently I came in a little too cautiously, which is not what I like to see. So we're going to have to work on that. This should still be on time, but as you can see, I'm not going to like the timing of this scenario. I can tell already. Arrival at Queen's Road, Peckham. Leaving Queen's Road, Peckham. Our next stop is Peckham Rye. I was paying attention to the speed because I wanted to see if wheel slip would occur on that particular speed up procedure. And it looks like it didn't, so I might be okay with a pattern now. I'm going to have to do some more fine tuning to see if I can experiment with that. But we do have a stop at Peckham Rye in about 20 seconds. That is not good. Because we have to basically be there, well, now. Yeah, I'm not going to like this scenario. I can tell already. There's going to be a lot of takes on this, and I actually am not even coming in at a good speed. Oh, level 2 brake works at this in the snow. Okay, that's good. That's helpful information. I'm coming in way too fast, so I'm going to have to chance a full service. That's okay. All right. I think I'm going to go past the signal. Barely. Yeah, I'm past the signal. There it is. Well, we've arrived at Peckham. We should be on time for our stop. Leaving Peckham, our next stop is East Dulwich. I'm not going to exceed level 2 throttle because we have to cut ourselves at 20 miles per hour, which is what I'm doing now. And we're now under the effect of a 20 mile per hour speed limit. We have a 35 coming up before East Dulwich. We have a nice stretch where we can go up to that speed. So we're now coming off the junction. We're going to wait for the whole train to cross the 35. That sign is way after the, on the HUD, is way after the one that we see on the ground. So I think there's a little bit of a misalignment there. As we're going to be passing the back of the train there in a moment as well. The back of the train will be passing the sign right there. And we're not going to be anywhere near being past that. So you can see the 35 should have taken effect by now. It hasn't. But now it's going to finally get a chance to do so. So if you're playing without the HUD, make sure you give yourself a little bit of extra time on that particular 35 sign because you will be caught speeding. Incorrectly, but you will be caught. We still have a whole minute to make our stop, so I don't see any problems with this one, thankfully. I'm just going to coast it this time. I don't see a reason to really increase too much speed again. Well, actually now I do, because it's coming down quite a bit on this uphill. So, that'll do. I'm actually coming in too slowly now, so I'm going to make sure I give myself the time I need to make my stop at the right moment, preferably earlier. There we go, we are fully in the station. Doors are open about 12 seconds early. Arrival at East Dulwich. Leaving East Dulwich. Naturally, we're going next to North Dulwich. Still limited to 35 miles per hour, but we also have a very, very short stretch to go, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to be stopping very, very quickly at North Dulwich. In fact, we have to do it in about 48 seconds. Now we're in a 60, actually, and I didn't even realize that was coming. So we are in a 60, but again, we have to stop shortly anyway, so there's no point really increasing speed. Hopefully I played that correctly. Looks like I did. Yep, this will be perfectly fine. No issues. As we're going to arrive right on the second. Okay, 1 second late. Arrival at North Dulwich, platform number 2. leaving North Dulwich. Our next stop is Tulse Hill. We have a small distance to go here, about a minute and a half, about a mile and a quarter. Snow has to be the most difficult driving condition in the game, and I know that I've seen charts of some of the AP manuals on their trains as well. It actually gives you I don't know why they didn't chart for them. Apparently that's the easiest for people to understand, which, you know, I get it. I sometimes find the same. So they actually indicate spring and summer are both pretty good, but then as soon as you get to autumn, before sleeves on the line is going to add some slippage. Then winter, well, guess what? You're slipping and sliding everywhere because there's ice everywhere. So it doesn't take too much to think about that and realize how that works. But you can see it in chart form in the AP manual if you want that, if you want to review that. We may have another alert coming up here. There it is. Gonna start doing a slight slowdown here. I'm gonna have to really put that brake on because I'm coming in faster than I should, which means I'm gonna do a level 2 right now. I don't feel safe just putting a 40, coming in at 40 with a full service brake on this set of conditions. Is that that's an active service? I didn't see who it was. Maybe you did. This looks slightly fast. Nope, I think we're good. And hopefully on time. Yeah, I think this is on time. So we are arriving at Tulse Hill, platform number 4. Leaving from Tulse Hill, our next stop will be Streatham, and this will be right before we rejoin the London to Brighton line to take services up to Selhurst and then off to West Croydon. Saw the junction. I almost thought I missed the speed sign for a second, but no, it's 45 on this junction. We're going to be getting a 60 up ahead coming into Streatham. So we're just going to make sure we don't exceed 45. And things should be just peachy. I don't like that ETA that I saw showing that I would be definitively late. That was not a good number for me. Did not like it at all. We have another train coming through. Is that the second train in about a minute? That was going to Elephant and Castle. Almost cracked into speeding territory there, so you don't want to do that. Make sure we don't do that. We have a moment where we can burst the speed a little closer to 60. You can see the 15 after Streatham. We're getting a yellow flashing signal, flashing yellow signal. There'll be another one before the station. Then we have our actual yellow junction signal at the station. So we did get close to 60. I'm happy about that. I'm going to start braking now because we're going to need to slow down. There was another alert. You didn't hear it because I responded to it right away, but it is a flashing single yellow signal. The prior was a double yellow. Leg is taking away my brake attempts here, so I'm coming in a little faster than I wanted to there. I'm going to need a full service at this point, I think. I don't like that. But you know what? It's good for my stop time. I actually kind of need it for the stop time, so I'm not going to complain. So arrival at Streatham, platform number 1 before we rejoin the main line. Just looking at the guidelines up here, notice I figured that out as I was experimenting there. You have to pull away at notch 1. And that's what we're going to do right now. You see we're pulling away at notch 1. And then we can move up to, as it's instructing, to pull up at that point. I actually pulled up slightly early. So we're leaving at 15 miles per hour. And I'm going to cut it off right there. So let's reset the cab view. And we're back in the main view. Now this is going to be the hardest part of the journey, I think, because we have to somehow maintain 15 on this whole leg. Notice a little dip about halfway along. We're going to be going above 15 miles per hour in that dip, so I'm trying to determine if I should be giving myself a slight burst of speed here or not. I kind of want to, but at the same time I'm kind of afraid of what will happen on that downhill, so I might have to actually just hold it. We still got a third of a mile to go, and we have a little less than 2 minutes to make the stop, which is plenty of time at 15 miles per hour, but it's just a difficult section to work with. Especially in a career scoring scenario where every second matters. So you notice the train coming along here, that is 456020. You don't see something like that very often on the diversionary track here. There's the downhill, by the way, that I was expecting, the gain on that downhill. 1 in 28 gradient. So we need to actually put a small brake application on. That will do fine to bring us back down to 14. I think we're going to increase for a moment again. Oh wow, we're really increasing. Wow. Let's not let that happen. Let's really not let that happen, shall we? No, you're not. The back of the train is still on downhill, which is why I'm still gaining speed. As you can see, that's now easing off as the train is coming fully off the hill. We are now on flat ground again, so I can punch it up to 15 if I want to as we come into the station. So we are arriving. We should be on time. By the time the entire train passes the sign, we're going to have to come to a stop. So we're not really going to be able to gain any time in the station, unfortunately. Going to try and get us back up to 15 for a moment. And the good news is we're going to be able to stop right here anyway, so who cares? In fact, I overshot the platform. Oops! Well, that wasn't part of the plan. Ah, red signals, yes. Doors are open, but we have a red signal. Arr! Well, we've arrived at Streatham Common. Leaving Streatham Common. Our next stop is Norbury. You may notice that the noises on my train did not occur because my main car was not on the platform. So we didn't actually get to hear the doors closing that time. Second time I've done that on this journey, unfortunately. So Norbury is right ahead there. We are now in a 60-mile-per-hour section. It's going to take us up to at least 45, and we'll kind of judge from there how close we are to the station. 45 might be enough for this part of the journey. We have 40 seconds to make our stop. Letting it go just slightly higher here, and then we're going to go ahead and get ready to brake. That'll do. 48 is fine. I'm just doing a minimal brake application for right now. Until I get further into the platform, and then I'll move it up to a level 2. So now I'm going to do a level 2. Because I don't want to overshoot. I'm back to level 1 for a moment. and back to a level 2. And actually, I'm going to need full service. So full service, I am going to overshoot. Oh, I'm having a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm overshooting platforms everywhere, but at least I'm not past the signal this time. So arrival at Norbury, platform number 1. You just don't hear it. Leaving Norbury. Our next stop is Thornton Heath. We have 3 stops to go. You may be doing the math. Looking at my score where I was 747, I have 83 points per stop. So that's another 249 points. So that's 747 and 249 is, well, do the math. 980, 99. Wait a minute. Is 1,000 not possible in this scenario? I don't think you can do 1,000 on this scenario. Well, that's going to make me a little upset. I probably just do the math wrong. No, I think it adds to 996. I don't think the math was done right on this, guys. 12 stops at 83 each. Yeah, it is 996. I'm absolutely right. You can't get 1,000 on this scenario. I'm going to have to come in and hack the 1,000 score in later. Because you can't do it. That's a pain in the butt. If I'd known that, I would have set a higher score in the information before I actually came in. But what can you do? Maybe I can change it after I save my game, and I'll be able to have it take effect for the last stop on a later run. Who knows? I'm going to go ahead and put a full service brake on because I do not want to overshoot the platform this time, but I'm going to. I have a habit of overshooting the platform today. But not passing the signal. Arrival at Thornton Heath, platform number 1. Leaving Thornton Heath. Our next stop is Selhurst. We're going to have to take full advantage of the minute that we have here because we are going to be pushing being on time here. We're definitely aiming to be on the late side of this. So I'm going to move to a level 4 throttle and see if we can pull off our speed quickly. We're going to have to also slow down quickly. We may not get the whole train on the platform before we have to open the doors. And that's entirely based on the fact that we have a timing problem with this Selhurst stop. So I'm going to do a level 2 brake to get down in time for the speed limit. I use it back to level 1 for a moment. We're going to have to come in at 40 and we're going to have to screech. So here we go. Good time for an alert as I have a full brake applied. Back to a level 2 to ease it off. I need to get myself stopped quickly though, so back to a full service. Back to level 2. I should be good at level 2 this time. So here we go. You have to push that stop to be on time. So here we are, arrival at Selhurst. leaving Selhurst, our next and final stop is, of course, at West Croydon. And as you can see, as I prophesized earlier, 996 is our top score on this scenario. So, yeah, I'll have to do another run on this after juicing up the points to make sure I get my 1,000. So, 15 is our speed limit, at least it will be as we pull into this section up here. I had a slight burst above it for a moment, that's fine. We also have to keep in mind the signal we're going to be coming up to could be a red signal. In a previous scenario, it was a red signal. So if I take a peek out the window right here, I can actually look ahead and see nothing. Oh, it looks like it is a red signal. Yeah, that's a red signal. So we're going to assume that we can't go. Pardon me. We also just, oh, that's a green signal. Never mind, we have a green signal. 15 is our limit anyway. So we are able to proceed, but we are at a green signal. So either a train that was here must have already gone by, or I just looked at the wrong signal. Both are possibilities. I can see we're still gaining a little speed on a downhill segment that we just crossed. We are on level ground on the front of the train, so it's just a matter of the back of the train coming on level ground. I think we're getting there now, because the speed seems to have stopped at 15.6, and that is acceptable. It's now dropping. Entering a 60-mile-per-hour segment for the path that goes through West Croydon. We're, of course, going to be junctioning off. We have a 20 that we're in right now, so that's what we're kind of working with. Getting an alert. What I don't know is if the alert is for the 45, which it could be, or if it's for a signal. We know the next signal has to be at maximum a yellow signal. So it could be a green, but it definitely is a yellow signal. That might be what the alert was for. In fact, it has to be. It will be a double yellow signal. We're going to be stopping in after the next signal. There's the alert again. You didn't hear it because I responded right away. That's what I do. So the 15 is coming up, and that's why I didn't want to go too fast, even though I'm going to probably regret that in a moment. I may have to stop a little earlier in the platform. But we do need to get our speed down now. Not that it matters, we can't get a perfect score anyway, so who cares, right? I'll just do it as well as I can. So 15 is now our required speed limit. We're crossing into a 45, but 15 is this junction, as you can see on the next sign. So we have to honor that 15. And we're supposed to be there in 10 seconds. That's not happening. So I'm just going to stop as soon as before the end of the minute, as soon as I can. So I'm far enough in the platform now that I can stop. I'm actually getting a lot further in the platform than I thought I would. This is actually pretty good. This is better than I expected. So we're going to go ahead and stop right now. I'm not going to get the last two cars in because I don't have time, but I'm a lot further than I thought I would be. I don't even know if the whole train fits, to be honest. But arrival at West Croydon, platform number 1. Okay, I take it back. The whole train would fit. We just didn't have time to pull it all the way in. But still, got further in than I thought I was going to. So as you see, a perfect score is not possible in that scenario. So this should be as perfect a score as we can get. Possibly a slight lateness penalty at the end, depending on how that last stop is timed. We'll see in a moment about that. But that's the end of the South London that's the end of the South London Network Class 455 scenario pack. So those are the 3 scenarios that come with it. Congratulations, driver. You've successfully finished this journey from South Bermondsey to West Croydon. Let's see how you did. We're going to have an unwarranted penalty of points that don't exist, aren't we? So as you can see, 996 was gained, and as you can see, I had no penalties. So literally, this is one of those situations where, oh, look at this. We have to have 950 for the scenario, but we have 4 less points to make it with. Well, this is charming, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to just redo that for the last 4 points because lol. I might as well. I can just do whatever I want. You take a few penalties here and there and not really care to get the 1,000 because I'll be able to juice up the points whenever I want to make them. So I can come in at 150 a stop and just have fun. I don't care. I think I'm going to do that actually. So I'll do that off camera. I don't need to show that to you. I may not even show it to you at the end of this. But it's basically part of hacking scenarios if you want to look at it that way. So I don't really want to show you hacking stuff unless there's unless there's one that's absolutely atrocious. And I'll just replace it and we'll have fun with that one instead. But this is still one where you get the gold star. It is doable. You just can't get those last 4 points. So if you want to go ahead and do this for the full score, go edit the scenario properties file to say 84 instead of 83, and that'll still be a bit challenge for you. But the timings are so bad, I wouldn't blame you if you want to do 100 per stop. Give yourself an extra 16 to work with on each stop, so you can take some penalties here and there. I wouldn't blame you if you want to do that, because the timings are really tight in some of those stops. And yeah, that one was actually a little less fun than the other two because of the snow. It is the challenge of having to speed up only to 5 and then adjust the throttle from there is definitely different because I'm not showing it to you, but the game will give you wheel slip. I tried it at South Bermondsey. The game will give you wheel slip if you start at a level 2. You will get a wheel slip penalty for trying to speed up in those first 5 miles at level 2 throttle. So the game will tag you. You have to actually respect that rule. It is posted in the cab. You're expected to know it's there. You're expected to have read it and understand it. And if you don't, you're going to get penalized. That's basically how that works. So this scenario does replicate that. And this train, I should say, does replicate that. And it's actually kind of neat to see that in place. But yeah, those last 4 points should be there already. I don't know why they're not. In any case, that's the end of that scenario. So and that's the end of those 3 scenarios in all. What we're going to do next, I don't know. I am looking at Germany. I'm looking at more UK stuff. I'm going to hold off on America for a while because America was my last foreign visit with the Washington to Baltimore. So I'm going to be either staying in the UK or we're going to do more Germany, one or the other. If we go to Germany, it's probably going to be the Mitten Waldbahn, so keep an eye out for that if that's the case. So let me know what you want to see for the holiday period. I'm going to try to leave my recording room in December open so there's time for people to comment on this. Let me know what you want to see for December, and I'll see if I can do some of that. There will still be some regular recording done in advance for stuff that I want to do anyway, but I'm going to be trying to leave some room for some custom stuff in over December. So let me know what you want to see. I'll see if I can do it. I am working on getting the AP trains in here. As you can see, the 455, I'm now going to go ahead and upgrade with the AP enhancement pack. I can now go ahead and install that because I've now shown enough of that to get an idea how it works, plus it's based on this model. So that's what I wanted to do. So we will see the AP enhancement pack for the 455 in the future. Keep that on your schedule for this channel as well. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever it is for your part of the world. I'll see you for more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic here on this channel. And yeah, probably Germany, but in the next group, but we'll see what I feel like doing. I'll see you next time, whoever it is. I'm Cyclone. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Bye-bye.